At this point, there can't be no irregular. I knocked you unconscious. Like, everything I do from here on out has to be below that bar at least. Unless, well, I'm not even going to go there.
Oh, yeah, it is the inevitable.
I'm not going to go there. You know, this is the Sports Kings podcast. I'm Big Mike. He's Rob Calloway. We're being heard via Spreaker.com. You can contact us via our social media entities, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook at Sports Kings Live, or you can email us at sportskingslive@gmail.com. Speaking of dudes that it's over for, the list came out today as far as the NFL Veterans Combine invitees. You heard us talking about it a little bit the other day because our guy Terrell Troop, former UFC. What is their mascot? The UFC or Central Florida?
UCF.
UCF.
Central Florida.
Knights is what they are.
They? The Knights?
The Knights. Yeah, the UCF. Yeah, that's UCF Knights and former Buffalo Bill. He'll be out there. He's one of the invitees. If I can find the rest of them, just some notable. Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, look. First of all, your love for the game is one, but then two, hey, I can only imagine ain't nothing like them checks. You know what I mean? Like when you hear about dudes going and picking up like a check for $40,000 for this week's work. What? All right. I'll sign up for that if possible. Can I please?
Hold on. So is Michael Sam, is he technically an NFL veteran now?
Yes, of course he is. Yeah. I mean, but that's the criteria for the for the combine. You know,
I thought you would have had to step on the field like in a professional, like a real regular season game to be like a veteran.
No. He was for other purposes, like what was I talking about the other day? Your when you retire, your money when you retire. What is it called? Pension, like pension purposes and things of that nature. But like for this particular situation, as far as this combine, you're just a person that's caught in that limbo. You're not coming out of college anymore, but you're no longer on the NFL roster. So there's this intermediate that they still want to give these guys a chance. Like guys like Michael Bush, Felix Jones. I'm going off the top of my head because I can't get the doggone article to pull up.
I have one
on CBS. It's on CBS.com.
Jamal Anderson.
Yes, the undirty bird. The former
Ludacris version.
Ludacris version. He's like Ludacris's big dumb clone, like the one they messed up before they made Ludacris. Like that's what he is. The former 8th overall pick for the Atlanta Falcons, Jamal Anderson, is going to be in this thing. That was a while ago, man. That was you remember that draft? That was the Gaines Adams draft when everyone wanted the Falcons.
Oh, he's the dad.
Yeah, Gaines Adams. Yeah. And basically the next best pass rusher was a dude who went to college as a wide receiver. So the Falcons were like, oh, all right, we'll take this guy, and he never panned out. Like he ended up growing out of that position when he went to the Colts playing defensive tackle. Like he ended up continuing to gain weight. Like that dude went to college at like 185, and when he got drafted, he was like 270. Well, things happen, and they didn't work out for him. Like Rob said, Michael Sam will be invited to this thing, or he has been invited, and he will be. He'll take some time off from Dancing with the Stars to go.
Is he a star? I mean, come on, man.
Of course he is. He is. Like he's definitely a star.
When it comes to Michael Sam, I'm confused. Is he a veteran? Is he a star? Like okay.
Well, he's both. In this case, he's both. Yeah, he's a star. This dude is like, you don't get to be like the GQ Man of the Year if you're just anybody. The people. I mean, people like social stuff. People. I mean, me included. I'm not even going to say people. I'm in that number. I like to see change in social, and there's something that we're going to definitely talk about in the next hour that has really just got my head kind of. This Oklahoma thing just won't go away. And I want today to be the last day that I have to speak about it, but I will again in the next hour. Two names.
Don't forget the big star. Don't forget the biggest star in the veteran combine, dude. Don't act.
Who's the biggest star?
Don't act.
I'm not acting. Who's the biggest star?
VY.
No.
Vince Young.
No, Vince Young hasn't been. He didn't get an invite.
He didn't get invited?
Vince Young didn't get invited, and the dude who I thought you were talking about didn't get invited either. Tim Tebow didn't get invited. So there's that.
What?
Yes. Thank you very much, sir. Yes. VY or Tim Tebow did not get invited to the Veteran Combine that will be happening on March 22nd in Arizona.
I just knew BY was gonna get in.
Man, that they probably heard what he said and was like, "This dude too delusional." He's still talking about Hall of Fame and all that kind of stuff. Like, my man, you got to beat out Scott Tolzien first. You got to do that first before you can talk about the Hall of Fame. Like, what's happening?
Oh my goodness!
Like, that's one of those situations like your eyes bigger than your stomach. B, you can't digest all that. The Hall of the College Football Hall of Fame again. Like, for people who haven't ever heard me say this, I'll say it to you. Like, Vince Young, that quarterback performance, I put that number one all time. Him versus USC in that college in that national championship game, number one all time for me. Period. And it only makes number one because the dude that's second on the list, Michael Vick in Virginia Tech against Florida State in the Sugar Bowl, they just didn't win the game. But they're very close. Like, those are two of the best performances I've ever seen out of two college quarterbacks.
Dream team. You just gave the dreams. Oh boy, you just mentioned the dream team.
But again, as a person who can compartmentalize things, yeah, those are two of the worst NFL quarterbacks ever to me. Both of those dudes. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Compartmentalization is important.
I will say this because I just want to let him be in that boat. Hey, Mike played better than Vince in the NFL.
Like, what does that even mean?
He played. Huh?
Like, he was he was smarter than the other kid in the sped class? Is that what we're talking about?
What kind of? But you know what? B.Y. was what the offensive rookie of the year when he came in.
God, yeah, he was.
Right?
How much stock do I put in awards, Rob?
Well,
especially awards like that.
Nothing. But I'm saying because after that, I mean, it started to tell off. It really started to tell off on him after that. I mean, I get it. You know, I get it.
I mean, that's cool. You know, like this whole situation that's going on with professional football and these guys who like Champ Bailey, like I said, Champ Bailey talked about it, and basically what he said was that play until they don't want you to play no more, if that's your desire. But if you have desires of doing something else, do that. Like, I'm never begrudging of anyone continuing to play. Like, I'll laugh at you and when you start looking back, like Brett Favre. Like, you and I have gotten the conversations about the whole when Brett Favre was going and coming. To me, the problem wasn't him continuing to play. He was old, whatever. If you 60 and somebody gonna pay you money, by all means. But it's that whole, like, I'm gonna hold the team hostage type situation and, come down here to my farm and beg me and, put other players on the jet too. Like, come on, man. The game is bigger than you. Like,
but they were doing it. They were doing
it. Right. As though the game couldn't survive without Brett Favre. It's done just fine. And when it's time for Peyton to leave, and it's time for Tom to leave, guess what? The game will be fine. It'll be just fine. Year after year after year, players come. It's the one thing. Like, the NFL has the biggest inventory turnover every year. Although baseball has like 1 million rounds to their draft, you don't see those dudes for like 4 years. And out of that draft, you might see 12 of those dudes. But in football, yeah, this thing is churning every year. It's 7 rounds, 32 picks around, and it's going down every time. And every year, it's dudes that don't even get drafted that make teams. So you don't even have to be in that number to be on somebody's football team. It's just that much turnover in the NFL. If you can't play, we'll find somebody who can, and we'll find them any and everywhere. There's plenty of dudes in this combine that are from these HBCUs and smaller schools that may have seen a training camp with a team. Like, to answer your question as far as being a veteran or whatnot, I think the veteran thing is just a label that they put on the event because you got to call it something. So it's guys who may have gotten an invite to camp and still think they got something to offer, the NFL. So they're going to go out here to Arizona, run 40s and do drills. And here's the other thing that's not going to happen. That's definitely going to happen. That happens at the regular combine. No one's opting out of any drill. Like, no one's saying, I'm not going to do that drill. Of course you are. Dude, you need us more than we need you. Look where you at. You're at the veteran combine. You're going to do every drill here and do it as hard as you know how many hamstrings will be pulled at this thing? And as I say that, I hope it doesn't happen to our dude.
half the people that not even gonna make it.
Yeah.
40 would.
Yeah, I hope it don't happen to our dude. Now that I say that, now I wouldn't like put no bad juju out in the air in the universe for old Terrell Troop. But yeah, man, like, cause some of these dudes had like, dude, Felix Jones is gonna be there. When last time you heard that name?
Haven't.
Yeah.
Just then.
Remember the whole, run TMC or whatever thing they had at Arkansas
Run
with him.
TMC, Arkansas.
Him and McFadden.
And
what's the other kid's name? The kid we were just talking about. The white kid that played for the Browns. Peyton Hillis.
No, I can't even think of that. Peyton Hillis.
Yeah,
right.
Peyton Hillis was there. Yeah. Like, we all, like, see, racist, Rob, you damn racist. How you just left the white boy out? Like, yeah, Darren McFadden, Felix Jones.
No.
Yeah, you damn racist.
Peyton Hillis' name didn't fit into the Run TMC.
I know, because you're a racist. That's why. Because you hate all white people.
I didn't come up with Run TMC.
Wait, is that what it was, though? Was it TMC?
Yeah.
No, that's his name.
Yeah.
No, that's his name. Darren McFadden.
Oh, yeah. Darren McFadden.
That's his name.
What did they call it?
I forget what they called it. It was called. Oh no, that's what it was. When he came in and played quarterback, they called it the Wild Hog. Remember when the Wildcat was all in? Yeah, the Wildcat thing was in there.
The three running back.
Right, they called it the Wild Hog. Yeah, that stuff like that seems so long ago. Like, yeah, that's how you know when you're getting old, man. When like crazy stuff that happened so long.
Darren McFadden was a beast in college, man.
But everyone knew.
A beast.
Like people who knew football knew what was going to happen with him because he's so small below the waist. He got those tiny runner's legs. He don't have legs like a football player. His legs are like Twiggy kind of. He's like bigger up top. They knew he was going to have a lot of like lower leg injuries, and that's what slowed him up. This whole time he couldn't stay healthy because sometimes you just like nature. You know what I'm saying? You can't. Your genetics are your worst enemy. Like, dude that's just fast and country fast. But in the NFL, people hit people who are fast very hard.
Right.
And a lot of times they hit them below the waist. And he wasn't able to, stand up to a lot of the punishment. And he's another guy who's a free agent this year. He was a free agent last year and decided to go back to Oakland for I guess you call it one last year because he's back on the market this year. This running back thing is like people think this whole the running backs are going to start coming off the board as far as free agency now. No one cares. Like everyone, like all these teams, the Cowboys and all this kind of stuff. Like it's like, all right, cool. Let's see what happens with Adrian Peterson. If not, we'll go right back to get another dude. Yeah, we'll get another dude from the same place we got the last dude from, the third round. We took DeMarco Murray out of the third round and made him a very rich man. And he broke all of not all of. Don't say that. That's stupid. A lot of Emmitt Smith's Dallas Cowboys records. Leading rusher in the league. Yeah. Whatever. Do the same thing again. Just do your homework. That's all. Do your homework. Go get you a dude that fits with like that. To me, that's the whole key about this running back thing. Like, don't just go get a good running back. Understand what your system is and get the dude that fits your system. And think about it this way. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying if and it really depends on how where he falls in the draft. But dude, if Ty Gurley is around in like late second, third round, man, I would love to see him with a stone in his helmet. That would be so awesome. Because I think that kid is going to be pretty good.
That's going to be it's going to be tough for somebody to wait on him to that point.
I know. I know somebody just go jump just on the speculation. I know.
Yeah, because that's a talent. That is. Speaking of talent, we got 45 seconds. I'm gonna get this out of my mouth before we end this hour. Yeah, speaking of dudes.
That's what she said.
Oh, did she ever? Speaking of dudes that are talented and special, Trent Richardson got cut today.
Yes, he did.
Jamie Dukes' can't miss guy. Get the hell out of here. He's a running back. There are no can't miss running backs, dude. There are no can't miss players. Let me say that. And I'm just going to leave it at that. as we wrap up this hour of the Sports Kings podcast, as heard on Spreaker.com, Sports Kings Live's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Sports Kings Live at Gmail is the email. We'll be right back with the second hour.